In no particular order from left to right, we have Phantom Wolf. The main reason why you want to build a Phantom Wolf is because of the speed lead. It gives 20% additional speed lead for all lawful heroes, along with the passive skill 3 Phantom Field, which gives an additional 10% speed while alive to all allies. So instead of a 23% speed lead, it's a 33% speed lead for your Windwalker to potentially get that first turn. As for skill 2, just use Phantom Wolf. It's going to be your best option. And to build it, I just build it on attack, crit damage, attack. Well, why do I have an HP percent slot 2 here? Well, yeah, attack, crit damage, attack in order to help my flame spear whenever I do cleave, do some extra damage, and my flame spear doesn't do enough damage to against that arena defense. So phone conflict, attack, crit damage, attack, and just try to give it as much crit rate and crit damage as possible, along with attack percent. Moving on to the next one, we have Windwalker. The main reason why you want to use Windwalker is because of the attack bar boost, obviously. Windwalker is going to be your best option for a early game, mid game, to even, yeah, again, late game. Attack bar booster, you're going to want to use Wind's Blessing and Gale, built on Agile, your fastest Agile set, and whichever runes that have the most speed. As for beginner players, you can just go speed, HP, HP. Once you get more into late game, you can go like speed, crit damage, HP, or if not, just use the runes that have the fastest speed on it and throw it on Windwalker. Right now, mine's only at 276. There's a lot of players who are at like 280, 290. Some even have over 300 speed. So don't worry too much. Just keep on your grind. Just grind it out, and you'll eventually get higher speed in order to potentially beat their fastest unit. As for the third one on the list is Rock Golem. You're going to want to use his skills Guardian Body and Blade Armor. Rock Golem is used for early game progression player, or even mid game to late game, again, depending if you get lucky or you don't get lucky, to pull Alvin Queen, Dow Lord, or Bone Kings to help you clear Chimera. To build it, you just want to build on triple HP, as much HP as possible. For Chimera, I'll highly suggest around like 50k-ish HP in order to tank the Chimera jumps. The third skill here, Guardian Body, gives you a shield for every time that he gets attacked, or if he attacks, and it stacks up multi-hit, in which Chimera does multi-hit, in which will then grant your team a shield every single time that Chimera attacks with that jump. So again, just build a triple HP, try to build on conflict in order to help you progress in Chimera more. Right now I have my build for just World Boss, so I just threw on whatever runes, but just build in conflict, HP, 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 and your Chimera runs will be all Gucci. Jungle Heart, another one on the list for Chimera. You're going to want to build Jungle Heart as an early game progression player. She's going to extend buffs for you. For the Charm Song skill 3, you just have to speed tune her correctly in order to use her charm skill correctly. And then the skill 2 Jungle's Blessing, which you don't really need because you're going to be using another attack booster anyways. So the main skill that you're going to want to use is Charm Song in order to increase the duration of your buffs when you're doing Chimera. As of right now, for me personally, the only place that I use Jungle Heart is Chimera, but since Chimera is the best and most efficient progression route for an early game progression player, you're going to want to build a Jungle Heart. As for rune sets, just build it on triple HP or speed HP, HP on full conflict in order to help you clear Chimera once again. Moving on to the fifth one, we have Heartbeat. Heartbeat again is going to help you early game, mid game, and even late game. The skills that you're going to want to use are, for skill 3, you can use Siren's Blessing in order to reduce cooldown by 1, or the one that I like the most is Siren's Power, in which gives you 30% additional, or it grants you 30% HP heal and 30% energy boost to all allies. Every time you boost your team in a run, you just give your team that much more advantage as for attack bar boost or getting more turn cycling. So that's the main reason why Heartbeat is so good. especially for an early game progression player, she's going to be your best healer. You put her on Benevolent Sanctification, and she's going to heal your team to 100% every single time. She's going to be your best option for Chimera as a healer, and you can use her as an early game progression player or even mid game, late game to climb in Spire, to climb in Vapor, and even potentially maybe some Arena, but probably not. Maybe if you're using some kind of slow team, but mainly for PvE content, she is going to be your triple S tier healer. As for skill 2, use Siren Scar in order to increase HP's allies and increase resist crit rate for 2 turns. These are going to be the best skills you're going to want to use. As for Rune build, if you're building it for Chimera as your healer, build it on speed, HP, and full conflict. And if you're building it for Vapor or Spire, just put it on Agile or Berserk on speed, HP. And Sanctify with Benevolent for your heals to do more healing. The 6th one on the list is Severus. Severus is again going to be another triple S tier, help you early game, mid game, and late game. The skills that you're going to want to use is Power of Hell, which increases your attack and crit rate, and it follows up with skill 1, which does a defense break. If you sanctify Severus, the defense break will always land as long as you're not elemental disadvantage. The skill 2 that you're going to want to use is Frenetic Bite, but yes, this skill is pretty good, but the main skill that you're going to want is Power of Hell and Hell Claw in order to attack buff, followed up by a defense break in order to help clear Catacombs and Chimera faster. So areas in the game that you're going to want to use, again, is Chimera and Catacombs, and I wouldn't recommend using it for Arena because although it does sound really good, attack buff or defense break, I personally think that Una, which is a nav for it, is a better option because Una gives you attack bar boost along with attack buff. So, and if you're building a flame spread, you're not gonna have that much speed, so you're gonna want to have as much attack bar booster as possible. So usually what I run is Windwalker, Una, and then flame spread, and then Phantom Wolf for my arena clear team. If it's a bruiser team, I replace Phantom Wolf with an E. To build Severus, you're going to want to go with speed, HP, and hit. And the main reason is because you want to have 100% hit sanctified with Hawkeye. Again, after he uses skill 3, he follows up by skill 1 which is a 100% trigger rate of 100% trigger rate defense break. So as long as you have 100% hit, Severus will always land the defense break as long as you're not elemental disadvantage. So as for rune sets, just build it on full conflict. And yeah, since you're not going to be using it for PvP, conflict is going to be the best option in order to help you clear Catacombs. So like C12, L12, Severus is a really good unit for Chimera. And yeah, as of right now, I don't use Severus for Chimera. I use Severus for C12 and L12, and he is my... Yeah, if I don't have Severus, I won't be able to run my 30 seconds L12 and C12 teams. If you guys want to see that video, just look it up on my YouTube and you'll see my 29 to 30 or 19 seconds to 20 seconds L12 and C12 team, in which as long as you farm Chimera, Evil Chimera for a good 2 months or so, you'll be able to run that team because you're gonna need some decent rune quality. The last one on the list is Trollancer. Trollancer is going to be it's going to be the easiest nuker in the game to build, and the main reason is because all you have to do is build him on HP, and he can nuke literally like Asuras or Cleopatra, which is like basically the meta right now, and bruisers. And he's only on nat 3. The skills that you're going to want to use is Blood Surge, which sacrifices 10% on max HP and the equivalent amount of fixed damage, ignores defense to the target. And my mic just died there. But as for skill 2, you're going to want to use All In. And I promise you, you build it on triple HP, you have about 60, 70, 80k HP. You might not be able to achieve that as an early game progression player, but once you get to mid game and late game, even farming a lot of Chimera, you're going to have so much HP percent runes. And if we're going to compare Troll Lancer to Flame Spirit, which is basically the best AoE cleave unit. Troll Lancer isn't far from Flame Spirit. The only major difference is that Troll Lancer is single target. Honestly, I don't have mine built because I've always had a Flame Spirit since the very beginning. So I never actually used Troll Lancer, but trust me with this one, I've seen a lot of top tier players use it in the top ranks, top 100, top 20, top 10. You will not regret building it. Troll Lancer is going to be MVP to kill Asteros and Cleopatras in Arena. So build him, build him, build him, build him. As for rune sets, you want to build him on prayer set. If not, depending on whatever runes you have, just build on triple HP with the most HP substats. And the only substats that you really need to focus on is just HP. You don't need any crit, you don't need any defense, attack, speed. As long as you're getting that attack bar boost from like Windwalker or Una, or if that arena defense is like super slow, then yeah, you won't need any at all. And then just use again Blood Surge and All In order to help you nuke Asteros and Cleopatras in arena defenses. But that's going to do it for my top 7 Nat 3s that you need or should have built. These Nat 3s doesn't only just help you as an early game progression player, mid game, but it also helps you late game. So please build these. These units are going to help you so much. And yeah, if you guys like what you guys just saw or heard, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.